Kyo Dakiwa, Ikaruna, Shin Pai Suna, Kanshashte, Gyo Hagime, Hitani Shinsetsuni. Kyo Dakiwa, Ikaruna, Shin Pai Suna, Kanshashte, Gyo Hagime, Hitani Shinsetsuni. Kyo Dakiwa, Ikaruna, Shin Pai Suna, Kanshashte, Gyo Hagime, Hitani Shinsetsuni. Hello. Those are the Reiki principles, or the Gokai, that we as Reiki practitioners live by. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what each one means and why Reiki brings us to such a peaceful place in our lives, and that when we live by these principles, our lives change, become easier and simpler, and we find more happiness and love and compassion in our hearts for ourselves and others. So, Kyo Dakiwa, it means just for today. Just for today, I will live by these principles, that we have to be present in our lives. We cannot always be thinking about tomorrow and the next day and beyond. We have now, and now becomes the future. So everything we do is being present, and we're just doing it for today. And every day is a new beginning. Akaruna. This means do not be angry. Now, do not be angry does not mean you can never be angry again in your life. You'd not be human. But it means don't live in anger. Don't stay angry. We all know that we don't like being around angry people. We do all get angry, and you cannot stop that, but you don't need to live in it. You just let it go. Outbursts of anger hurt you, and they hurt others. And you will have heard of the stories how people have been the cause of somebody's anger, or the subject of somebody's anger, and it's been so hurtful, it's stayed with them a lifetime. And that's sad. So yes, it's okay to be angry when you've just dropped the table on your toe, or you've just banged your car. But don't stay in that anger. Don't stay angry. Just accept, think, okay, that's happened, and then let it go. If you stay in the anger, it's going to make you ill. It's going to make you bitter. It will cause many problems, and it will hurt you and everybody around you and your ego. Nobody likes to be around angry people. So just for today, don't be angry. We can't say that we're not going to be angry tomorrow, but when something's made us angry today, accept it, then let it go. Shin Pai Suna. I love this one. Do not be worried, or don't worry. Well, that would be almost impossible for most of us. But you see, the difference between worry and anger is anger can fire you up and can drive you to do something and change something. Whereas worry is never good. Worry has only an energy that pulls you down. And we do worry. We make worry. We imagine stories in our head. We worry about things that have never even happened or might happen. And 97% of the things that we worry about do actually never happen. They're just things that we imagine And worry does you no good whatsoever. It gives you no peace of mind. So we just say, do not do worry. It's pointless. The only thing it does is takes your happiness and your life away. It makes you unhappy. So worrying is pointless. So if we live for each day, we just say, just for today, I will not do worry. So try. It is a vicious circle. When you start worrying about one thing, you'll start worrying about something else, and then something else, and then you'll grow the story in your head. And I'll be truthful with you. I do worry. I worry about all sorts of things. I worry that nobody will like this video. I worry that some Japanese person will have heard my Japanese when I was saying the Gokai and think it was terrible. But I've had to learn to not worry about these things. I give my 100% to you and these videos and to my Reiki practice. And I do the very best I can when I'm saying the Gokai in Japanese. And I hope that that's enough. So I'm trying not to worry, so I don't worry. I'm living by my principle. Kanshashite. Be grateful. This is such a wonderful piece of advice. To be grateful, to live in gratitude changes your life. You be grateful for all the beautiful things that you have, and be grateful for all the things that are not so good, because from those you will appreciate the good and you will learn. Every morning is a miracle. So just be grateful for the day, the fact that you've had a bed to sleep in, a roof over your head, the fact that you're breathing. And even if you are terribly ill and lying in bed and you can't move, we can find something to be grateful for, and that would be the comfort of the pillow or the sheet or that beautiful cup of tea that somebody shared with you or you've just drank. There's always something to be grateful for. The sounds of the birds, the cockerels, the blue sky. If you can live in gratitude and find gratitude in your heart and in your life, it will change it. It will stop you complaining. It will just make your life so much easier. So just be grateful for how blessed you are in whatever way. And there's always somebody worse off than you. But just really be grateful, and even when you see the darkest of days or you're in dire straits, just know that it's going to pass, and the possibilities are endless. Kyo dakiwa. Gyo hagime. I always used to get stuck on this one, the gyo hagime. But this means do your duties fully. So by doing your duties doesn't mean you have to go to work and just do all your duties and just get on with things. Do your duties means do your job, and doing your job is living. Enjoy everything that you do, and it's not your place to say, oh, that's not my job, I'm not going to do that. Doing your duties fully means being responsible for your life and the life around you. So if you're walking down the street and you see there's a trash can turned over, you shouldn't just walk past it and say, oh, somebody should do something about that. If you are able and you could lift it, lift it. Or put the trash that has been thrown on the side into the trash. It's doing your duties, your duty as a human being, your duty and responsibilities for the planet and yourself. If you're washing the dishes, be really present washing the dishes. Don't be washing them thinking, oh, this is wasting my time, I need to be doing something else. Be present, wash the dishes, look at what you're doing, give 100% of your ability. Then you can move on to the next thing. It's about being present and being responsible. So your duty is to yourself and to your family and to life. And do your duties fully. You're a human being, you live on this planet, and we all have responsibilities to take care of the planet and what's around us. And then Hitani Shinsetsu-ni. Be kind to others. Many people say this is the hardest of the principles, and probably it is. If you can master this, you can master almost anything. Being kind to others starts with being kind to yourself. Being kind to everybody around you, even if you don't think that they deserve your kindness. You don't know what they're suffering or what they've been through. You will blossom when you help others, and you help others just out of the kindness of your heart, not expecting a reward. Your wave of kindness will always come back to you in some form. And for those of you who've learned Reiki or practiced Reiki, you know that by giving Reiki, it is the best way to realize this concept of being kind to others. Every person you're kind to, it will be repaid back in some way, paid forward, be paid to somebody else. Maybe it will teach somebody some self-worth. Maybe it'll show people that kindness is the way to go. I think it's a wonderful concept. So, just for today, don't be angry. Do not worry, or do not do worry. Be grateful. Be grateful for everything that you have. Do your duties fully, and be kind to all living things. And that includes yourself. I hope that's helped you to understand the principles of Reiki or the Gokai. And these are the principles that as Reiki practitioners we live by. But we are human, most of us are human anyway, and we'll still slip up and we will still get angry and we'll still do worry and we'll maybe moan about the trash or that think that somebody else should be doing something when actually you could do something about it too. We're human beings, and I'm not saying that we're going, just because we do Reiki or we're Reiki practitioners or teachers, that we're perfect, because we're not, because we're constantly learning. But if we bring ourselves back and say these principles every day, it brings us to a much better place, and we start to live in much more peace and harmony. So as a Reiki practitioner, we say these every morning, we say them in the evening before we go to bed, or we can say them anytime we want. Reiki isn't a cult, it's just a way of life for everybody. I hope you've enjoyed my little brief explanation of what being a Reiki practitioner is and the principles we live by. I hope it encourages you to look at the concept of Reiki, and maybe even if you never learn, you can still live by these principles too. So thanks for listening, and I really look forward to sharing more information on Reiki on my YouTube channel. So take care of yourselves, be good to yourself, and just for today, be happy. Thank you for listening.